to me at Rogue. The double acidic Swamp Ooze that's in there. Those are misses against Viper's Zoo deck. But I'll tell you what, the hand from Saiyan, it's got a Hagatha scheme in it.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, that's enough with just some stuff to get it done.
Honestly, if you look over the deck list, you'd be hard-pressed to find a lot of misses.
Yeah.
Almost every card in his deck, I can think being very impactful against Zoo. Lickum, fantastic early on. Urshock, great for Scarabag. Zap, obviously fantastic. Thunderhead with all that stuff that I just mentioned. As long as it has Overload, great to fight for the board.
Yeah.
Hagatha Skein in opening hand, one of the key cards. Rain of Toads buys you time. Ziliax heals you up. Walking Fountain is a stabilization tool. Hagatha the Witch, the nuts. Double Hagatha Scheme.
Double scheme, coin, Hecklebot's great against this deck because there are no Sea Giants in it.
And if you pull out Archvillain Rafam, even though it's a big thing to deal with, that doesn't give Viper the out of being able to play that late game.
True, but Viper has Flame Imp on turn 1. This is the premier one you're looking for, and Saiyan can't answer it. 5 damage coming this turn. We're looking at Evil Genius on the following and seeing what Viper can put together. He's got to giddy up, though.
Yeah, and, you know, there's a couple of big problems that I see with the deck. You mentioned it, no Sea Giant to try and avoid those Hagatha Scheme big board swings. There's no Leroy Jenkins to go for that end game burst and force Just Saiyan to have board removal plus Witch's Brew to stabilize.
Does have 2 Soulfires, though.
There is 2 Soulfires, but can he get to the point where he puts Saiyan low enough for that to be impactful?
I think he can, and the reason I think he can is because he's got the Lackey immediately. The Lackeys are a huge deal when it comes to being able to apply pressure. You add another Flame It to that. Viper's got some serious gas here. You know, he's going to end up putting Saiyan to a test of what you got. And that's how Zoo decks work. They are inherently burn decks at the end of the day. You often find that you will shut your eyes, you'll play your stuff, you'll hit him in the face, and you hope it works.
Now, this is actually a pretty big turn because he wants to check for the Lackeys first, but if he doesn't find a way to deal with the acidic Swamp Ooze, he wants to give himself the best chance to kill it, and does find Kobold Lackey. Also Goblin Lackey. That's honestly, I guess, the same amount of power in the grand scheme of things. The Kobold Lackey just gives him the benefit of playing around Lightning Storm slightly by keeping the Mecharoo online and having a minion afterwards.
Yep, so this is going to be the scariest turn of the game here for Saiyan. How much more damage is going to get tacked on?
Lick him. No Overload yet, but he can prime the board for a Hagatha Scheme by getting rid of the Mecharoo.
Yeah, and honestly, Saiyan should likely be playing the Lick of this turn and wiping out the front half of the Mecharoo, just in case Viper runs into to a Grim Rally style of turn. You want to be able to mitigate that as much as possible. You have a Hagatha Scheme set, and this also cuts into the Grim Rally turn as well, where you just trim the number of attacks off the board. This actually is likely a wiser plan. So Viper looks like he's pretty interested in hanging on to a Goblin Lackey and Scarabag drawn.
Incredible. If you expect Coin Hagatha Scheme, you saw Keeps from Saiyan. Keeps from Saiyan, now, we talked about it earlier, there's so many good hits in the deck. So the Keep could be anything.
Well, it wasn't Zap.
It wasn't Zap.
So we know it's not that.
It could be Thunderhead.
It wasn't Lightning Storm, so we know it's not that.
It could be Thunderhead, Urshock.
I don't think it could be Urshock.
I don't think it could be Urshock. So pretty much, you can narrow it down to pretty much Hagatha Scheme. And if that's the case, this Scarabag is very valuable, especially since Saiyan's not overloaded. And Zap would be the only card that could overload him or deal with the Scarabag and play Hagatha Scheme next turn with the coin. Very smart play. Yes,
Saiyan
not the most
13.
efficient way to damage, but it is the most efficient way to protect your board.
Yeah, that tells me Hecklebot's in order here. Hecklebot's going to be scary. But God, there is just a lot of misses in Viper's deck with Hecklebot. 3-8 taunt versus this board is looking mighty good right now.
But let's say you pull out a Magic Carpet.
That sucks.
So the 2 Magic Carpets, Direwolf Alpha, not bad. This is a big pull. Magic Carpet.
Wow. Wow.
What?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're looking at 12 damage from Viper next turn. He's actually got 12 total damage. He gets to push through the Hecklebot with 7 attack on board and Soulfire in hand. A single point of damage ends the game for Viper.
He can still tap into Abusive Sergeant. Well, he actually, no, he can't because he needs the mana to be able to play the 1-mana minions to trade over the Hecklebot.
But the thing is, if you kill the Hecklebot and you still have a Scarab Egg and you still have the Mecharoo, what does the scheme do? Doesn't do anything. Your opponent... I think Viper should just be setting Saiyan to 1 here. Saiyan, you figure it out.
It's a lot of resources expended, honestly.
That's what aggro decks are for.
Play all your stuff.
I think there's a big justification for just squeezing out some extra life taps here to try to find that second Soulfire eventually, but I think this is the correct call, far and away. Play all your stuff, deal all your damage, go face, and say you figure it out. Brew heals for 12, so you go to 13, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the other side. So then 3 damage ends the game.
It's his only play because with Hagatha's scheme, he dies every time.
Every time.
Rain-a-Toads, but he can't attack. Magic Carpet is still on the board. Soulfire ends the game immediately.
Oh.
And Direwolf Alpha.
Oh, Direwolf Alpha, I believe, does end the game.
He also has the potential to put the Direwolf Alpha next to the Scarab Egg, trade it in. This has to be lethal.
That's the thing. So it's Direwolf Alpha directly in the center right now. 4 goes over, and then you have 3 go over one of the Toads. You then play Knife Juggler, and then you trade in the Scarab Egg, and then you have lethal. Guaranteed. 100% this is lethal. Viper's forcing game number 5. The double Hagatha scheme in the opening hand, neither of them ever get cast due strictly to the amount of pressure that Viper was able to apply.
Wow.
And remember when I disagreed with you earlier about Archthief Rafam? That's why I disagree. When your opponent's a good deck that's going to clear your board, you know what you do? You beat them up anyway.
You play all your stuff, you hit him in the face.
I get the reasoning, I disagree. Viper, that's twice now in matchups that are poor, just overwhelming pressure has gotten the job done.